This is The Scoop for Thursday.
I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines. An aquaculture project planned for the Gulf of Mexico off of Sarasota County is getting pushback from environmental groups. As WMNF's Chris Young reports, a deadline is fast approaching for the public to comment on modifications to the permit.
The not-yet-built aquaculture project by Hawaii-based company Ocean Era would raise red drum fish off the coast of Sarasota. The modified permit submitted to the Environmental Protection Agency allows for discharge of waste, among other changes. Although the EPA public comment is only for the modification, Glenn Compton from environmental group Manasota 88 wants the EPA to reverse their decision to approve the project in the first place.
Because it's in open water, it'll be virtually impossible to detect whether or not there's a plume of pollution that comes from this. And by the time they were able to determine that there is a problem, chances are it'll be too late to do anything about it.
But founder and CEO of Ocean Era, Neil Anthony Sins, says the location of the project will do the opposite.
As you move out into deeper water, further offshore, with stronger currents, more vigorous currents, better water movement, that's where you have minimal environmental impact.
Neil says they will be working with the University of Miami to monitor water quality around the project. Chris Young, WMNF News.
The deadline to submit public comment is November 25th. Find out how at WMNF.org. A red tide alert has been issued for multiple Tampa Bay area counties. The Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission says over the past week, the red tide organism Karenia brevis was detected in 55 samples collected in southwest Florida. The organism was found in low concentrations in both Pinellas and Hillsborough counties, low to medium concentrations in Manatee and Sarasota counties, and very low concentrations in Charlotte and Lee counties. Sarasota health officials have issued an alert for people to use caution at nearly every beach in the county, including Lido, Siesta Key, Nokomis, and Venice beaches. Up to 4 million Americans could lose health insurance if subsidies put in place for the pandemic are not extended by a newly elected Congress. Significant changes to the program would have a big impact in Florida, where 4.2 million residents are enrolled this year, the most in the nation. If you're interested in finding out about health insurance options, now is the time to look into it. We are in the open enrollment period for the Affordable Care Act's health insurance marketplace. Katie Roders-Turner, the executive director of the Family Healthcare Foundation, spoke about it on WMNF's Tuesday Cafe.
When the Affordable Care Act was passed in 2010, it also instituted the health insurance marketplace, which is the federal government's one-stop shop to shop for affordable health insurance all in one place. And it opened up in 2013. So we actually just celebrated 11 years of the health insurance marketplace. So right now in Tampa Bay, there's actually 8 carriers in some places and over 160 plans to shop all in one spot. So you go to one website, healthcare.gov, and you can look for health insurance carriers that meet very specific criteria. They have to cover 10 essential benefits. They cannot discriminate based on someone having pre-existing conditions. And then you also can apply for financial assistance. So that's all on healthcare.gov. That's where the health insurance marketplace is. And so that's happening right now during open enrollment.
That's Katie Roders-Turner, Executive Director of the Family Healthcare Foundation, speaking on WMNF's Tuesday Cafe about the ACA's open enrollment period. You can watch the full interview and find links to more information on WMNF.org. Open enrollment ends on January 15th, but to get coverage starting January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. This morning, an area of thunderstorms over the Caribbean developed into Tropical Depression 19. Meteorologist Megan Borowski says that the system is expected to strengthen into a tropical storm by the weekend, and once that happens, it'll be named Sarah.
So there's very little in the way of steering winds, so this system should generally meander over the warm waters of the Caribbean Sea through at least the end of the work week, and it's during this time that we do expect it to strengthen into a tropical storm. The next name on the list is Sarah. Right now, the official track from the National Hurricane Center takes the system near the Yucatan Peninsula early next week, but after that, there is uncertainty as to the track. We generally expect steering winds to turn it northeastward, but the exact track is uncertain. Nothing for Floridians to worry about right now, but I do urge everyone to monitor the forecast closely.
Borowski says that if 19 does approach our state, it likely wouldn't occur until the middle of next week. She and her colleagues at the Florida Public Radio Emergency Network will continue to monitor the forecast and urges folks to remain informed by listening to this station for continued updates regarding the tropics. In weather, it's going to be mostly sunny with a high of 84 today. Lows tonight will be in the upper 60s. There is a slight chance for an afternoon shower. Partly sunny and cooler on Friday with a high of 80. I'm Lisa Marzilli with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.